What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? I asked you a question.
All right, guys, we have a Friday morning editorial. That's right, Friday editorial. That means it's the end of the week. You can go out and party and have fun tonight. And if you get pulled over, you might be recorded by me. Don't get upset. You're the one that got pulled over. So anyway, no, moving on. This is the editorial that I think many of you have been waiting for. This one is a shout out to Big Nick of Southeast Florida. I believe so. And I lost my train of thought. But this one goes out to you, buddy, for Florida. This is the cop. He deserves more time than he's actually getting. I'll let you decide that in the comments section below. But this is the one I think a lot of people have been waiting for. This editorial, this kind of editorial right here. Me. Got to clear my throat. I'm tired of clearing it. So we're going to go to Florida anyway. Let me stop delaying and take you on to the editorial. As always, I will put a link to the story in the description box below. Got to drink my coffee, but first let's move to Florida. A former police officer in Florida has been sentenced to 25 years in prison after being convicted in the shooting death of a driver whose car had broken down. Circuit Judge Joseph Marks issued the sentence Thursday to Numan Raja, 41, a former officer in Palm Beach Gardens, who was found guilty of killing 31-year-old Corey Jones October 8, 2015. Marks said, quote, "This has been a heartbreaking case. I think it has had a profound effect on every single person who sat through this trial." Prosecutor said Jones, who was a member of a reggae band, was heading home from a performance at a nightclub when he pulled off to the side of the road after his car broke down. Officer Raja, who was dressed in plain clothes and driving an unmarked white van as part of an auto burglary investigation team, approached Jones but never properly identified himself as a police officer, prosecutor said. Jones had a concealed weapons permit and was carrying a handgun. At the time of the encounter, Jones had been on his phone talking to a tow truck dispatcher, and the call was recorded. But police were not initially aware of the recording. Gotta read this. "You good?" the police officers heard asking Jones. "Yeah," Jones responds. Suddenly, Raja shouts at Jones to raise his hands using an expletive. Jones replied, hold on, and Raja repeats his demand, and that's prosecutors believe Jones pulled his gun and tried to run away when Raja fired 3 shots and Jones ran down an embankment. Jones then threw his gun, but Raja fired 3 more times. 10 seconds after the first volley, one of the bullets pierces Jones' heart while other shots hit him in both arms, according to prosecutors. Now, prosecutors said Raja, not knowing of the tow truck dispatcher's recording, sought to deceive investigators. He said, "Police, can I help you?" as Jones jumped from the SUV. He also told them Jones leaped backward and pointed his gun, forcing the officer to fire. Dirty cop. Dirty cop. Raja said Jones ran but turned and again pointed his gun, forcing the officer to fire the second volley. Raja, now here's the part that's going to piss you guys off. I want to get to this right here. Raja was charged with manslaughter and attempted murder. He killed the guy, but he was only charged with attempted murder and then manslaughter. Well, he's out of his mind. You know what manslaughter is, right? There's involuntary manslaughter when you just freaking kill somebody. Maybe you're in a fight and you punch the guy and the guy falls and he dies from brain trauma. That's involuntary manslaughter, or it could be voluntary, but usually it's involuntary. Or there's voluntary manslaughter when you come home, you catch your wife with her lover and you just go freaking temporary insane and crazy and you grab your gun and you shoot the lover. That could be voluntary manslaughter. A cop who just walks up on a guy whose car broke down and says, "Oh, he's a black guy in a car on the side of the road at night," and shoots him is murder. That's not manslaughter, but they say it is. Why? Hey, the thin blue line. Raja was charged with manslaughter and attempted murder. He was also sentenced for the same. His sentencing marks the first time in 30 years that a Florida law enforcement agent has been convicted and sentenced for an on-duty killing. 30 years since a Florida law enforcement agent, that means cop, FBI, does that mean FBI? State investigator, whatever. Law enforcement, 30 years since one has been convicted and sentenced for an on-duty killing. What does that tell you about Florida and law enforcement? 30 years. But not only that, after 30 years, he's only charged and sentenced for manslaughter and attempted murder. How was it attempted? The guy's dead. I want to know what you think. News Now Yucaipa letting you know what's going on across your nation with law enforcement and everyone. And this is Friday. Have fun, guys. Enjoy your weekend. And I will see you maybe this weekend. Who knows? Gas prices are way up there. So but if not, I will have an editorial for you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Love ya. And next week is May.